Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have a great article for you guys from Fierce Wireless. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys could check it out. So, yesterday, Mike Sievert presented at the UBS conference, and there's a few things that I wanted to discuss from this article. But right off the bat, I wanted to discuss price increases potentially for 5G home internet. That's something that came up in convo and listening to Mike Sievert yesterday. It is a very high probability that next year prices for their 5G home internet go up. So if you can still get that $30 deal bundling it with the wireless plan, I would say take advantage of that now. They feel very confident in the product. They are still referencing having a better NPS score than fiber and cable. They don't really touch on Verizon, that Verizon has an actual better score than them, but they say cable, fiber, they have a much higher NPS score. So that lets them know that, hey, look, people like this product. It's actually good. And maybe we can go up $10. Verizon just did this. Verizon did it first. They went from the bundle price of 25 to 35, and I feel T-Mobile is going to do that next. So if you want to stay grandfathered into that price, if you want to get it now, get it while the getting is good. And I think in 2024 a price increase at some point is coming for the home internet product. So I wanted to start off with that just to get you guys in the loop. Don't be surprised if that happens. They feel confident in the product. They say the churn is lowering. Although, as I said before, I don't know what that really means to us because they don't give us a number, right? If it goes from a 5% to a 3%, yes, it's getting lower, but it's still at a 3%. So we got to look at that objectively. So T-Mobile highly values partnerships with both Nokia and Ericsson. So that was also discussed yesterday off of the news of AT&T going 100% with Ericsson and dropping Nokia. So interesting, right? T-Mobile really has no target on O-RAN. The O-RAN right now doesn't support massive MIMO, so T-Mobile doesn't want to go that route. And Verizon made that very clear as well. Verizon is more engaged in vRAN right now, and I'm sure T-Mobile will eventually get going on vRAN as well. And also they'll get into O-RAN. But I see Verizon and T-Mobile waiting until massive MIMO is on O-RAN to make such a drastic and bold decision as what we've seen very recently from AT&T. So just a few things from Mike Sievert in terms of networking. So Spectrum and the layer cake approach, that was discussed. So Sievert said it's important that T-Mobile has the right combination of spectrum to enable the kinds of carrier aggregation that it does. The uplink is provided by the 600, and the downlink is provided by 2.5. And it's really important that we have adequate supply of both to be able to continue this incredible advantage that we have on the network side. So he discussed that. In mid-band, T-Mobile bought 3.45 DoD and C-band spectrum licenses to enhance its 2.5 holdings. T-Mobile had been holding off on the deployment of that newer spectrum until a dual radio band radios that could operate at both frequencies. They now have those, he said. So they have the dual band radios now. Again, he didn't further elaborate on that. I don't know what that means, right? What does that really mean to us? Does he have that for both Nokia and Ericsson? When are they going to start deploying it? And he didn't share a time frame, so I have a time frame that I've been told, and I let the members know. If you guys want to join the membership, a link to that will be in the description. But what I can say is they're in no hurry to deploy this. So I made a video yesterday and a few days ago about the potential, what could hold T-Mobile back on this deployment, and it's device limitations. Once you deploy this aggressively and you spend billions of dollars on it, you want to be able to aggregate this all in order for it to make sense, right? And then also you got to have 10 gig circuits at your sites with all of the spectrum. I mean, at 60 megahertz, if you're in a C-band DoD market, that's 40 megahertz C-band, another 20 megahertz DoD. At aggregating that as 60 megahertz, I mean, that's another gig of Airlink, of downlink on air. So you got to have at least a 5 gig circuit to really push this to its full potential. And if you don't, you're just doing a disservice. If you're still running 1 gig circuits with all that spectrum, I mean, that's not any good. So it's interesting. It's going to be a very interesting situation in 2024, as I discussed. I'd rather them spend a modest 1, 2 to 3 billion, maybe even a bit more on fiber. Fiber to the home, 10 gigs to the cell. I'd rather them do that than all of a sudden take on this huge quick deployment of C-band and DoD when I can't aggregate it all on a device. Now, again, I said there are other use cases potentially. They could slice it and specifically use that for fixed wireless access. They could do load balancing, where further from the site you connect to AWS PCS, closer to the site you connect to the additional carriers of C-band and DoD. All of that is a possibility, not disputing that. But if you could aggregate all that, 7, 8 channel carrier aggregation in some markets, man, that's going to be a beautifully performing network. So just wanted to share that with you guys in this morning's video. Again, the price increase is very possible. That's why I wanted to start the video off with that. That was also discussed briefly yesterday. And just listening to his tone, his language, looking at the NPS scores, it's a great product. I think the price is going up. It just makes sense, right? The network is largely complete now. It's performing better than it originally did when they first launched the product. There's more fiber going into the ground in terms of the 10 gig circuits. So it's just all around a better performing product. And T-Mobile is going to want to take advantage of that. They're still growing at that pace of 500,000 a quarter. So upping that by $10, it's going to bring them that much more cash flow. So let me know in the comments how you feel about it. Like, share, subscribe, follow the social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.